Art competitions. Such a interesting concept. Let me tell you one story about how I personally get introduced to the art competitions. It was far away, far back into 2015 or 16, something like this. We was having our first gig. It was crowded. It was smell funny. It was in garage complexes. It was really drunk, really wild, really interesting experience. The concept was easy. Three bands meet each other, all of them play their sets, and at the end of the evening they get votes. People who come to listen votes for their bands, their favorite bands, and to vote you would have to go to the bar and buy yourself something, because people who make the event would like to have some money. Okay, let me finish the story first. So we was competing against grown people, big guys. They not go to school like we did. They went to college, and we not went to college yet. We was little tiny kids that everyone make fun of. They turn off our sound on online stream, so nobody who was watching this online couldn't actually hear how crazy our set was. And of course, because we was tiny little babies, we didn't have any money to buy anything. Like, of course, each of us get themselves a beer, but that was kinda it. And it was like 4 votes from each part of the band. Then of course our friends pull up with a really promising, because some of them was extremely rich kids, but unfortunately rich kids had a problem with the maintaining themselves. So of course, after buying a ton of voices, spending a hell ton of money, rich kids get up drunk right away before we even started, and get drive off on a taxi with all the votes they purchased. So of course we lost. Of course we lost. Who thought we're gonna win? Who thought we're gonna win? Everyone hated us. Everyone hated us because we was young, because we was cool, and because our shit was rock and theirs not. Everyone was hating on us because some kids pull up and smash the competition. And of course we lost. Of course we lost. Who thought we not gonna lose? We don't have money. You know who's won? The band who just pull up to the bar, give them a ton of money. They give them with this stack of the voices, and they just exactly like put. And as you probably already figured it out, I leading you to the People's Artist event.
Attention artists out there, this Johnny Depp thing, I'm sorry to say, is a scam. When
PSA, PSA, PSA. If you are
so if it don't feel like it's cool.
I was ranked 22nd in Johnny Depp's artist competition.
Yeah, that thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna join those fellow gentlemen who obviously never been in any art competition in their lives, as they get so surprised about how it's work. I'm also not gonna be against those fellow artists and support the competition, even though Johnny Depp is the face of it, and I extremely like Captain Jack Sparrow. I gonna try to explain people who doing art, that art itself, it's the fucking scam. If you wanna earn money on art, it's a scam. If you don't selling your artworks like for 10 bucks, 15 bucks, you don't selling stickers, tote bags, you don't selling merchandise you making and you selling, it's a scam. If you wanna paint a painting, hang it in the gallery, and somebody buy it for $1 million, you know what you need to do? You don't need to learn how to draw. You don't need to know how to paint. You need extremely rich fella who need his tax deducted. That's it. I would like to finish this video right here, right now, because no further explanations needed. But just because how many people get butthurt of all this, how many people call it scam. Art competitions is a scam. How could you win an art competition? There's a million different artists with a million different styles, million different ideas. How can you fucking win? Art competition, it's a scam. Any competition with something that's so abstract like an art, yes, of course you can judge how good artists use the paints, how good artists use the anatomy, but where's the taped banana to the wall had a anatomy? Why is it somebody can tape banana to the wall, sell that for half a million, dillion, billion, gillion, and you gonna have to be judged for the way you using your paints? It's fucking art, dude. You can use your paints however you fucking want. No matter what art teachers wanna tell you, it's an art. It's about creativity. It's about being creative. Okay? There are no rules in there. How can you judge something that have no rules in there? First of all. Second of all, of course, in any art game, winner, it's the richest boy. Come on, wake up, guys. Are you still believing that all those famous artists that you seen in galleries was talented, unknown genius, and then God from upstairs get his hand down here with a little tiny beautiful butterfly kisses, kiss the artist's head, and boo, he just explode up there on top of the Olympus, and now these people sells for $1 million. Dude, come on, wake up. What the f? You think Banksy would be Banksy if he would poor? No. Banksy would be regular vandal if he would poor. Only money make you Banksy, boy. You think any of today's artists rich because they talented? Wake up. I didn't see artists with money who didn't have money before in about 10 years of my in life. You know what I'm saying? All 10 years I born, because obviously these are 10 years old people look like. All the 10 years of my art career, I never seen commercially successful artists who didn't have a rich parents. Okay, yes, you're gonna have to have the job, or you're gonna have to have rich parents, or you're gonna have to have rich friends. You cannot. It's pay to win game, boy. Okay, you can imagine yourself as much as you can that art, it's about making it until you're breaking it. You can, of course you can, but the winner is always gonna be the boy with the money. Third of all, are you ever tried to put your artwork out there? Okay, at this point let's speak about competition itself, because everyone's speaking about how scammy this competition is, and although I didn't trust uh, elderly Johnny Depp at first couple interactions, I decided to join just for funsies, because you know why? You know why? There's no entry fee, boy. Art, it's not about winning, okay? It's about showing your shit nowadays, because showing your shit nowadays is much more valuable than any shit you can actually gain from your art. If, again, your friends is not rich or your parents is not rich, okay? You saw how much it costs to go in art college? You thought people with art degree poor? No. If you get yourself and all your family down in debt, you're not gonna go to art college, boy. You're gonna go to learn to be a nurse, because you have to pay it out somehow. You know what I'm saying? You have to pay your debt. No, poor people. Success in art. We work hard, then we get scammed. And that's not this type of scam, because you can actually show your work for free. That's the point. You had a platform that gain an attention that you can post on. You can express your feelings about your art. You can explain how beautiful it is and how deep your thoughts was when you were sitting and creating whatever the you created. Okay, that's the point. You can do it for free. The fact that winner gonna be the richest boy, duh, for real. But anyway, art game, it's about money. It's never fair. Scam. I'm gonna show you what a scam. For example, how about paying for showing up your paintings that probably not gonna be sold, and even if they would be sold, you gonna have to give away half of the money you sold them for the person you just pay for just showing up. And you know, the gallery, it's the place that exists only when it's art on it. I never seen empty gallery, honestly. You know why? Because gallery cannot exist without fucking paintings and goddamn artists, dude. Since when you have to pay for them to exist without even any proof of the fact that you can be sold your shit? If you pay for your paintings, each of those paintings at least should cost something worth more than you already paid. I don't talking about shipping fees. I don't talk about all that. I just imagine the world when you just need to pay 4K just to show your 4 paintings. Nobody gonna buy them, and probably nobody gonna even saw them, because you're not in control of the place you're gonna hang them. You're not in control with anything. It's just you, dude, pull up the slide into your DMs and saying, hey boy, how much you pay me? A lot. A lot, even for people who have a job. You saw the gas? God dang it. If I paid for something 4K, this something must or suck my or give me a proof of this 4K is gonna return somehow back, okay? Because 4K, it's not just chain money. It's not just get myself bubble gum and have a 4K left over. So let's go. You know who think this way? Freaking rich kids. You know why? Because art market is for the rich kids. Duh. You can be reincarnated Leonardo goddamn Da Vinci, but as long as you poor, as long as you don't have a rich friends, rich parents, or anyone who can spend more than $100 without thinking, oh man, I could do so much on that. You not gonna do it in art, okay? It's okay. You still can do something. You still can do comic boxes. You still can do Kickstarters. But if you think you can just like, no. And it's not about people's artist thing. It's about art market itself, okay? It was created and still existed as for a way to deduct the money from rich people. I have an extra million I don't supposed to have. What the fuck am I supposed to do with it? Show IRS that I have it? No, that's it. That's an art market. So this video is not about that artists, people's artists or whatever the fuck this called is not a scam. And by the way, yes, of course I joined. What the fuck? I'm not asking anyone to vote for anything because I know that's not a point. Winner gonna be the rich boy with the deep pockets. The point is showing your shit as much as you can. Nowadays, you cannot show yourself anywhere. For some reason, woman wearing a see-through lingerie with her sticking out. But sometimes artists get banned. Sometimes you're drawing something and you get banned. Oh man, what is that? Is that political? I don't know about that. Oh man, what is that? Ooh, is that? Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All those cool guys that everyone speak about on TV and shit like this. No, that's for rich kids. For you and me, we're underdogs, boy. Of course we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose even with the best. Even if they the worst. Does it mean you lose? Huh? What does it mean to lost? For example, let's go back to my story. What do you think happened with our band after we lost it? I tell you what's happened. My friends get f***ed up drunk, come back at night time. They was so pissed, honestly. And why I did? I came back home, get drunk, and keep making music. And you know how many of those 4 people still making music till now? 2. This is what losing is. When you fucking stop trying. When you know that game is not fair. When you know that your competitors is much cooler, much stronger, much richer, much beautiful, but you still fucking doing it. You're still waking up to do something that make no sense for anyone else because you cannot win. You cannot win. But you still fucking do it. You still trying. You still making it. You still posting it. You still drawing it. Even if it's shit. Even if nobody like it. Until you're doing that, you never lost. And you don't need no fucking competition to say you win. If you join, pay money, get showed up for sure, and it's not overpriced. Okay, that's fair. But if you're paying for a chance, it's a casino and an art market. A lot of the times, artists must pay for a chance. So if there's a free chance and you don't taking it, are you even an artist? That's it. That was BURNFRY. I wish everyone luck with their art. Regardless of the platforms they posting on, I wish everyone strong nervous system, and let me know what you think in the comments. As if I care.